Okay. Hey, everybody. It is Wednesday morning. Happy Wednesday. So, Julie and I are both cleansing. We were just talking about how actually cold we were cleansing. So, welcome to winter. But I want to talk about a few leadership things. So, did you by any chance watch the recording of Cindy's call from Monday night?
No, I still have to do that.
Okay, definitely do it because I want to talk about some of the things she's talking about on there. So one of the things, and I think we even talked about this a little bit last week, and I finally found it because I wasn't in the group, and Randy was in it but added me to it, is they are starting a group called Own Your Life. And it has the HHP platform to it, but it's business-related posts. Now, the other thing that was cool with that, I want to see if I can find, what did they call it? So it is a social learning group, which I've never heard of. So like some groups, you can be private, you can be public, you can be secret. I guess a new category is called social learning group. And the cool thing with a social learning group is, I think they said there's four or five categories. So depending on what category you want to look at, it's much more of what I would say an organized site where it helps you find things easier. And I'm going to see if I could find the group really quickly so that I can maybe make sense of all this and tell you the different categories, which I should have had up on the screen before logging in, but didn't think about it. Okay, I would think it'd be near the top since I just got added. I don't think I'm on managing. So I believe it's going to be Cindy and Tyler and Lisa, and not Lisa, Lori Olson. I think they're kind of the main people leading the group. Oh, here it is. Okay, so in the Own Your Life, if you want to be added to the group, I can add you to the group.
Add me.
Okay, let me do that right now. Julie Patterson. Okay, so you're going to see the San Francisco Bridge in the banner that you'll know that that's the one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there's 6 units. They're calling them units for the different learning groups. One is called Network Marketing, the Business of the 21st Century. And in there are all short videos. There's 4 of them in there. Then number 2 is Your Ideal Partner, and it's talking about why Isagenix is the right company. And there's 3 videos in there. Unit 3 is Business Testimonies, and these are people, there's Lori's testimony, Tyler, John Stankiewicz, and Cindy's with earning income. And then there is the Start Your Life, so the millennials. There's Retire Wealthy, which will be more like Randy's age. And then there's Enterprising Women. So the cool thing is when you log into here, and I'm sure they're going to have to approve you, so I don't know how long it'll take to do it, but you log on and you see the banners, and then you just see the different units. So I think it's going to be less hectic and busy like the HHP page. They'll be able to go in and go exactly what they're looking for, which I really like.
That's cool.
And I have not added anybody to it yet, but there's some people specifically I'm trying to talk to about the business. So I need to kind of tool around in there and see if people are commenting and adding, if there's people other than leaders in there yet, or they're still in the process of setting it up. So that I am really excited about, especially this whole social learning group. I really like the way that's organized much better than HHP. And he said there's a post about that's supposed to pop up to teach about the page, but I didn't see that. It just says, learn the network marketing is now, how it works and the financial opportunity it can create in your life, learn more about it. So it's just talking about the different categories. So there really aren't instructions with it. It's just they can go to their category. So I guess when you invite somebody, kind of pick a category or unit that resonates with you. You're welcome to look at all of them, but start with the one that, speaks most to you, kind of thing. Okay, the other thing that they talked too about how this would be really duplicatable, like to find more business builders. And I like that too.
Cool.
So then the other thing, and I don't know if you've ever gone into the back office that she talks about, is this leader in action. So and I'll show you where it is. So you log into your back office. I have notes of where it is. Find those notes. Okay. So when you log into your back office, so what they talked about is, and Cindy said, I hate to admit this, but as a leader, I've never paid attention to these reports, which completely resonated with me because I'm not a numbers person. Randy's all about these numbers. Yeah. And to me, it all still comes back to connecting with people every day, sharing new opportunities every day, enrolling, and building consultants. Like, those are the 4 primary activities. And it's that consistent effort that's going to be able to get you to fill this out. So I want people to really recognize it all starts with intentionally connecting, having conversations, offering the opportunity, and enrolling. Like, that's the heart of it. And so when you're in your back office, you go to, I think it's under contests and promotions. No, maybe reports. Oh no, it is under contest and promotion. So go under contest and promotion, and leader in action on my back office. It's showing up on the right side. And there's actually a flyer, which we still need to print out. We haven't done that yet. That prints out basically all the rules to leader in action. But what they focused on is, if you click the one above it that says view worksheet, this is what Cindy literally had us print out. So it's this worksheet. Okay. So if you found it and want to print it, feel free to. And so when you look at this leader in action, what they're looking at is cycle growth, because obviously you want to see growth. And what's interesting is Cindy, just said, I was on fire. I just did what I was supposed to do, and it happened organically, like naturally, having no idea how it happened. This is the how, if you're a numbers person, to see how it happens.
Okay.
So did you find the form?
Yeah, I'm printing it now.
Okay. So at the very top, it talks about month of. And so there are very specific dates in Leader in Action. So when you have it printed, at the top where it says month of, the dates will be November 26th to December 30th. So 11/26 to 12/30.
Okay.
Now, let me see in here where. Okay, so if I back out of there, I'm trying to remember where she said you're going to find your benchmark. Oh, I know it is. So I don't know if you haven't hit manager where they're going to show it, but let me take you to like for director, because I'm director. When I hit the director pools and you click on that, it will show you your benchmark. So if you haven't hit director yet, I don't know where you find the benchmark, and I can send a note to Cindy and ask her that. But basically, corporate gives you a benchmark saying, I want to see, and I'll just use, because you're pretty consistently cycling once a week. So what they would probably do with you is say, we want to see a benchmark of 2. And so you would put whatever your benchmark that they give you is. So on my account, they said my benchmark is 4.
Okay.
So they determine your benchmark versus you.
Okay.
So you may just tool around in there and see if you can find somewhere. And let me even see if it has anything under reports, because maybe under reports there's something for benchmarks. And again, it all comes back to those actions of connecting, conversations, and rolling to get those benchmarks.
Okay.
And what they want to see is growth. So when you look at the weeks ending down here, the first week ending is 12/2. So obviously last week. So on your leader in action, the first week ending is 12/2. The second week ending is 12/9. The third week is 12:16. The fourth week is 12:23. And the fifth week is 12:30.
So they only want to see cycles, not bonuses or anything like that.
Well, actually, it's cycles and rank advancements. So if you look at the categories across here, the cycle growth is going to happen through cycles. Then it's asking you how many personal enrollments you had. That's what number 2 is here on this category. So you're going to write how many enrollments you have week by week.
Okay.
And then the next one is what are your rank advancements? And if you look down at number 3 on this sheet, you actually get points for rank advancements. So when you have somebody, and let's just say Debbie, promote to consultant, you're going to get a point that week for her promoting to consultant.
Okay.
So like this week, so Cindy was using her example, is Tyler, and how did that work? Oh, and stars. So once you hit 1 star, you go 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star. Those keep climbing up. You get star advancements too. So like this week, Tyler ranked to 4 stars, so she got 4 points for him rank advancing in stars.
Okay.
So the rank advancement numbers that's for column 3 are under number 3 here in the notes.
Okay.
And then the other is you want to stay active as a rank. So for example, do you remember in our previous company, if you hit senior team mentor, but something happened and you fell out of that, they stripped that title away from you?
Yeah.
Okay, so in Isagenix, you don't ever lose your title, but it's referred to as paid as. So for example, I hit director, but right now I only have 3 out of the 6 active. So it's still showing me director, but I'm not quote unquote paid as director right now. So what this week in active is basically saying, are you still being paid as director, executive?
Okay.
So that's the key terms for the fourth one is you're paid as. So, you know, you want to have ones down that whole column of, yes, I am paid as director this week. Yes, I am paid as executive this week. So assuming you're paid as, that is automatically a 1.
Okay.
So then if you look down at the bottom, you're obviously going to add up your points, and you have to have, and this is where it's in the rules, you have to have growth by 1 or 2 in order to, let me see what it says on the worksheet. Oops, not the worksheet, wrong one, flyer.
Oh, so you find that on the other flyer?
Right. So basically, to qualify, you get a maximum of 5 points for every month. But I'm looking for it. I think you have to have at least 1 or 2 growths in order to be considered be leader in action. So again, watch the video. She does a much better job explaining it than I do. But print off the flyer, print off the worksheet. And what she was saying is some of the feedback they got flown in for kind of what could we do differently, do better at corporate. And a lot of the common feedback was coming back, there's too many promotions at one time, and they all have different requirements and all have different deadlines, and it's too hard to keep track of everything.
Yeah.
So one of the comments that feedback that came out of that is that all of their future promotions, trips and cash, I'm assuming, are going to be following this leader in action plan.
Okay.
So they want us to get more familiar and purposely be growing in action. And, you know, I don't know the specifics, but I just keep hearing future promotions are going to follow the leader in action plan.
Okay.
So I think we all could get better at learning, and this is my weak point because I'm more of not the detail person. Randy is definitely the detail person, and he kind of goes through spurts where every once in a while he's following it. but I said to him, you know, if you're not enrolling, you're going to have zeros. And if you look at these, because it's timed, if any of these bottom columns are 0, your final score is going to be 0.
Right.
So the goal is not to have any zeros in the bottom column, because I said, this is great, but if you're not enrolling, this is pointless. You know what I mean? And same thing with, you want to be rank advancing, that it all goes hand in hand, because even if you're not rank advancing, that column's going to be a 0, which is going to give you a net of 0.
Right.
So it all comes back to those basic skills, you share, they share, and deliberately connecting and searching out new connections every day. So we know the basics of what to do. This just kind of puts it in writing in front of us.
Right.
So does that make sense, or am I losing you on this?
No, it makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. So we should definitely, you know, work harder on this. And I think it brings us back to our basics.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I want to
Basics.
do what?
I said, I'm still kind of at the basics.
Yeah.
Working my way up.
And honestly, like Randy and I were talking about it, because we were like Cindy, and I've heard the phrase on one of the group coaching calls, I think it was from Hillary Courtney, of ignorance on fire. She said, I'll take ignorance on fire versus knowledge on ice any day.
Yeah.
People have to get ready or feel that they know everything first. Ignorance is bliss. Your excitement will carry your momentum forward. That I'd much rather have somebody that's just impassioned, ready to go, versus somebody who has to have it all analyzed before they talk to anybody. And that's how we were when we rank advanced, that we went from director to 1-star to 2-star a month apart from each other, not really knowing what we were doing. We were just doing the you share, they share, and it kind of happened naturally.
Right.
So I think that's where we need to keep that focus going.
Okay.
And so speaking of that, especially like I figure for group coaching calls with the holidays, we'll probably go up to like the 19th-ish. So like next week and the week after, and then probably take off and resume, you know, in January. Is I want to make sure you can reach down to your team, and again, do it in a group text so we're not prejudging. You know, hey, I find value out of these group coaching calls, and it's really about learning how to share with friends and just to earn an additional stream of income. Would you like to start participating? That I want to throw out the invitation again to people, and I think I want to keep you guys going, but I want to add to it.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
And if you wouldn't mind sending me an email or a text of 1 or 2 ways you find value in these calls. Like, does it give you the training you're looking for? Does it help keep you on track? Is it the motivation? Is it power partners with other people? Like, give me something of why this works for you, because I'm going to ask everybody who's doing coaching calls, and then I'm going to do a blast to everybody saying, this is what people are saying about coaching calls and why it's helping them. Do you want in?
Okay.
Because that's how we're going to grow, is when we get our team starting to do this too.
Right.
So those were the things that were really hitting me. The whole own your life, getting people on coaching calls, and understanding this leadership in action, because, you know, that's where the magic is all going to happen.
Cool. Yeah.
So am I overwhelming you, or you have questions?
No, you're not at all. No, I don't have any questions. I already printed it. Good to go. So
Okay.
Read up on it more. I mean, what you explained to me is fine, but I'd just like to read the details and things like that just to get a better
Exactly. And I need to do that too.
Yeah.
So, and definitely go back and watch that team call.
I still need
And in the team page, excuse me 1 second, Randy, that guy's at the door. Yesterday when I was on Facebook, and I don't know if you know this, there is an Isagenix business Facebook page.
I don't think I need
So when you're in there, when you're on Facebook, just put in the search bar Isagenix business
okay.
and get into that group. Eric Coover did a you share, they share that I put on IsaJourney.
Yeah.
And the other thing I was talking to Julie about Sunday night, that as you guys pick up the pace in leadership, feel free to offer your own incentives. Like if you want to do a challenge of, hey, I want you to watch this Eric Coover video, or I want you to learn how to write your 30-second story. You know, we start small. It can be things like, you know, a little goodie bag with an e-shot and a hydrate. It can be, you know, $5 at AMC Movies. But feel free to offer team challenges, and if I happen to be offering one, I'm all about double dipping, and that's okay. But I don't want you guys to wait. That if you have a brilliant idea, or you feel your team is ready for this, or it's time now for them to step up, feel free to start doing that. And if you need to brainstorm ideas, you know, you're welcome to call me and be like, okay, I want to do this, but I don't know what to do.
Okay.
I think that's some other intentional activity that could be going on.
Okay.
But definitely feel free to tag people on that Eric Coover video that I posted. And what I liked about it, I only watched half of it, to be honest, but what I did like about it is on the dry erase board, every video that I've seen in the past, they only talk about the value pack. And in this video, he talks about all 3 packs and the bonuses of all 3. And so that gives a little different perspective, but I like that he did that for a change.
Okay. Cool.
So, awesome. Any questions?
No, I have a lot to do.
I'd say I unfortunately have to scoot. We're doing a refi, and that was the closing person who just came to do that. So I got to scoot, but I wanted to get this like out there while I'm thinking about it, and I'll have Christy watch the video on this then.
It'll keep me busy for a while. And
something to do while you're cleansing.
Absolutely.
Okay. Talk to you later.
Thanks. Bye.
Okay, bye.